Pre-game at the Britton Cup final with Devils coach Alex Murray, are you using the playoff final as ammunition in this game?
I mean, it's a great opportunity for us. I think, we've probably reflected a little bit on our games against Chelmsford this year and obviously the cup final. And it's a bit of a motivation, I guess. But yeah, we're just excited to be here. I think there was the potential look at 2 weeks off, January, Feb, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of playing more games, but we're here now. So and once you make the semis and get to the final, you don't want to do anything else but take that trophy home. So guys are really excited. We're happy to be here, and I know there's a lot of people that would rather be in our place. So yeah, fully focused and ready to go.
Yeah. Well, last year the playoff final was a one-off game in a neutral venue. When you've got 2 legs over one weekend, do you feel that you've got enough weapons in your home leg to use to make the tie go in your favour?
I mean, we're confident in the Riverside as well. We've had some great results over the years there as well. So
I've witnessed some,
I mean, we're a quite unique rink, but we're a rink that actually benefits some of your, Chelmsford's bigger goal scorers. They get more opportunities in this rink. And that was apparent in the last game they played here in the league a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, I don't think against Chelmsford in particular, our ice is a benefit to us because actually Chelmsford play it quite well. But we've been working really hard on trying to nullify some of their threats. We've been looking at the video. We've got a certain plan today to try and how do I kind of say it, just to kind of reduce their threat. Their threat primarily are the Bartletts. Doesn't mean that other guys won't turn up and play good games, but primarily they seem to come here and score 3-4 goals a game. So we want to use the rink to our advantage. Chelmsford is probably one of the teams that don't mind playing here. But we have beat them here obviously this year, and we should be beating teams at home anyway. So overall, this first leg will obviously set the target quite nicely. We just want to make sure that we're there or thereabouts going into the Riverside tomorrow, and then anything can happen really.
Yeah, over 2 legs, obviously that emphasis is on tomorrow night, but then tonight making sure that the game is still on when we get in there for tomorrow night.
Yeah, you could kind of look at it 2 ways. You could try and want to focus on getting into a lead and how many goals you think. I don't think that's the case. I think today is a time for the guys to be excited, our supporters to be excited. It's great for them, cup final hockey again. And we just want to make sure that we're in the game. And if we can go to the Riverside tomorrow with a lead, then great. If not, we didn't go to a lead to Slough at all. So, we're not, I'm not going to be putting pressure on the guys to be anywhere after tonight, but in the game, if that makes sense. So as long as we're there, thereabouts, we'll go to the Riverside and we'll be ready to play there too.
Yeah, you've got 2 teams here in the final that were both behind going into the second legs of the semi-finals. Mentally, that could make for a cagey game, do you think? Or do you think you're both going to go for each other?
No, I mean, as I said it before, it was crazy. After we'd won our game, obviously the Chelmsford and Streatham game was a little bit behind ours. And I think it was like 3-0, 4-0, and the guys were saying, we'll be all right, it'll be Streatham. And we'd be playing Streatham, then it got to 5, then it got to 6. I remember the guys were all on their phones in the room everyone's trying to refresh OT, and crazy kind of event for them. And that, I don't know if it kind of makes both teams feel a little bit more relaxed in the fact that, we're here now, we've made it. No one gave us a chance after the first legs, both teams. But there was a slight pressure, obviously, being in a final. But we're quite relaxed, and we're quite happy to be here, and we kind of see it as a great opportunity as opposed to the pressure of meeting the expectations of people. I don't think is what it is for Solent. I don't think it is that. I think our fans are happy that we're here, and we just want to make sure for ourselves and for them we want to go one more and give them that trophy that we've been missing the last couple of years.
Yeah, and as you've been saying over the last couple of weeks in your coach's thoughts, you've had a bit of a rough run where you've had a lot of players out through injury, suspension and illness, and it's resulted in not a lot of results. But last week you kind of got that revenge on Cardiff and turned the corner. Is it now refinding a form when you come into the
performance-wise we were okay. I just think we lacked a bit of being a bit clinical in those games. You look at the Cardiff away game, we outshot them, I think 55-60 to 20. It was just one of those games we just couldn't get the puck in the net, although we did, but Blaine obviously thought he doesn't like goalmouth scrambles and thinks that he has to blow the whistle. But we have been under the weather, we have been injured. I think in my head I was setting this as a return for most guys. I think our lineup today is full. We've had to make some guys healthy scratches, which is a difficult decision. We've never had to do that. But everyone kind of was looking at this weekend as the date to be back for. Some got back last week and were able to get a game under their belt. Others are back in the lineup this week, and Bernie's done a fantastic job in getting everyone ready for the game. And we're excited with the lineup. It's made for some tricky conversations. We've dressed in 21 guys tonight, and there's guys that are not dressing tonight. So yeah, tricky situation, but it's a nice problem to have given the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, with 2 massive games at 2 sold out rinks, a great atmosphere ensured tonight here, absolutely, and then tomorrow in Chelmsford. I wish you all the best for it, mate.
Thank you very much, mate. No problem.
Pre-game at the Britton Cup final, we've spoken with Alex Murray, we're now with Lewis Clifford, Chieftains coach. How much is the playoffs going to play into this game from last year? Do you think it's an ammunition?
Different season, different team. I don't think that has much bearing on what goes on over this weekend, to be honest.
I mean, over 2 legs, obviously that was one game, neutral venue.
Yeah.
Over 2 legs, you've really got to use the weapons that are at your disposal in the home and away rinks. Alex knows you guys are actually quite comfortable playing here.
I'd say comfortable. I think it's tough for anyone to come in here. We lost here earlier in the year. That's something that we have to bear in mind, not let it sort of consume our minds. But we have lost in here in recent past. We've also won in here in recent past. So it's not easy to come here. Obviously, the advantage always lays with the team that trains here and plays here every week. It is unique from any other rink we play in, but we play half a game here and play half a game at home. So
is it really a weekend of 6 periods then?
It has to be. Yeah. I think it has to be. Barring one team absolutely blowing the other team away in the first leg, where it becomes like insurmountable. Probably similar to what we did to Oxford last year in the playoffs, quarterfinals. We've got to play for 6 periods. We've got to play 2 proper games of hockey, and don't worry about tomorrow till tonight. So
a few names back in the roster tonight. I've seen Ben Russell around the rink. Callum Wells back from suspension, looking pretty stacked in the roster.
Yeah, I mean we're as close as we can be to having everyone. Obviously, Ollie's back now. He's missed a lot of time this season, and he's such a huge part of our team. Actually, when you think we've played most of the season without Ollie and without Ben, actually they'd be top 2 line players on any team in this league. We've done well to be where we are, I think. So starting getting more healthy bodies back in the lineup come this business end of the season that we're doing now is only ever going to be a good thing.
Particularly welcoming Ollie back into it, and we know that special teams can be really, really important down here. Is it going to be looking to avoid getting into penalty trouble yourselves?
That's always the plan. It can be tough in a rink like this where everyone's sort of jumping all over each other, and things get messy sometimes because there's not a lot of space out there. But I think in the year and a half that I've been here, like the discipline has improved massively. We still have blips. Like I'm not going to pretend we don't, where we take too many minor penalties. But in the main, I think we are well disciplined, and especially when there's trophies on the line, we'll make sure that discipline's paramount.
Is that something that the guys that were here last year, they've got that belief that they know they've got over the line before, and they can feed that into the rest of the team?
Yeah, I think so. I think I said to the boys this week that some players go a whole career without ever winning a trophy. Like some very good players in lots of sports go whole careers where they're not in situations to win. And we've put ourselves into a situation to win a trophy now. And just like the guys in the other changing room across the way, it's a shame to not capitalise on that and take that, because you never know when the next one's going to come. It could be very soon, could be years, or never again. So, we're in a position now where we can win a trophy. We're going to be doing absolutely everything we can to try and win that trophy. But like I said, there's another team over the way that's going to be trying to do the exact same thing.
And 2 teams that came through semi-finals that they probably weren't expected to, especially after the first legs. And then they both come through in quite spectacular fashion.
Yeah, and I've touched on that, the fact that this team beat Slough over 2 legs. They're no mugs, they're really not. They're a very good team, and playing a game in this rink is always a big leveller as well. And and obviously our semi-final was nuts, but it is what it is. I don't think there's a favourite. I think that it's 2 teams going head to head that will both be looking to win.
50-50 weekend in 2 sold out rinks.
Yep.
Great for British hockey.
Yeah, it couldn't be better. When you've got something that people want to come and watch, whatever that is, and there's more people that want to get in the building than can fit in the building, then it sort of success breeds interest, and I'm sure these guys are delighted to be getting a sold out rink, just as the way we are. Money in the bank and everything else. And when there's teams struggling and rinks looking like they might close and things like that, it's good to see at this sort of second level of English hockey or third level of British hockey that we can draw crowds like this on the weekend.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Well, Cliff, good luck over the weekend. Hopefully we come out on top with the trophy.
Yeah, thanks mate.